this stuff that's going on with college athletics and all the stuff that we know goes on behind the scenes at pretty much every college. You got boosters, you got people that are paying these kids under the table because, you know, they don't have money when they get to these dorms. And so if you're a college athlete, you try and make a little bit of money. You got these boosters, you got some guys that'll, you know, give you a couple $100,000, $10,000. You know, what I'm confused about is the FBI, and there's a lot of reasons for the FBI to be at work right now. And to me, trying to pick apart what's going on with the NCAA and the coaches, the athletic trainers, the recruiters, this is just not one of them to me.
Yeah.
It's just not an issue that I think needs to be attacked by the FBI right now. You got so much stuff that's going on outside of sports. I mean, God forbid we just had the shooting, you know, down south last week. You know, we got other stuff that's going on that I feel like is a bit more important. But, you know, it kind of reminds me years ago when they got involved, when Congress got involved with baseball and the steroids and all that stuff. It's like why? Like, what? Like, why do you guys care? Like, our tax money's going to this stuff now?
And can we be honest? It essentially ruined baseball.
Yeah.
They ruined baseball.
No
like,
question
that's what
about
they
it.
did. That's what they did.
No question about it, because that's what people... What's the saying? Chicks dig the long ball, and niggas was hitting the long ball.
Yeah.
And that's what brought niggas to the park.
Look, man, I tell you what. This about to get ugly. And it makes me think about what LeVar Ball is trying to do with high school kids.
Yep.
It makes me think about what he's trying to do as far as, you know, paying them a salary out of high school and having them not go to college. I mean, damn, if we can't get our money, you know, the illegal way, that under the table when everybody was minding their business, we can't do it now. Well, you making us get it the legal way, well, let's go holler at LeVar Ball.
Yep. And see what he talking.
About. Yep. Look, because I'm telling you, this about to be, this might be bad. I was watching the First Take for a second Wednesday after, because we left. I got back from recording last week, and of course the whole you know, the Mark Cuban situation, Dallas Mavericks,
which we'll get into that. Yep.
That came up, and so I was like, all right, so I need to make sure I watch something in the morning.
Yep. And
by the time I got away from not doing work at my job, I got to First Take was on, so I watched First Take, and he was talking about whatever was going on in college, and he was like, man, they were talking about Pitino.
Yeah.
And he was saying, man, if y'all think it's about to end with Pitino, y'all got another thing coming. He talking about he got sources about who's about to be the next scandal and all that.
Yeah.
Look, man, hey.
Some of the more high-profile coaches in college football. Yeah. Coach K, Tom Izzo, Boeheim up at Syracuse.
I want to know who it is, man, because I want to know who's coming next. Because I tell you, I mean, like I said, like we talked about last week, and you know, weeks amongst weeks, particularly when the Louisville scandal was going on. This ain't nothing new. This been going on in colleges since you could scout kids to go to your college. And you know what I'm saying? So for whatever reason, they want to crack the ham on it now, and I'm gonna tell you, the can of worms is about to get open, man, and we're gonna find out why some of these great college programs are these great college programs on the field and on the court. I'm trying to tell you.
Right. Jungle Brother just popped in here, and Grego, I see you in the chat, man.
What up, man?
What's good? He says, hold up, Barbershop. Chuck Person is locked up in jail for allegedly giving kids money. Until he's set free, I welcome the FBI going after everybody. All this BS about who cares, blah, blah, blah. Say that to Chuck Person's family. They care. Well, I mean, I'm not just going to throw Chuck Person out there. I mean, what about these other guys who's got, you know, people that are working for these teams and all this stuff? I mean, this could extend beyond the coaches. This could go down to recruiters and the other people's on the staff.
Makes you wonder if the cat that's driving Uber made the right decision to just go ahead and get up out of there and just drive Uber.
Maybe
he did the right thing.
Maybe, and maybe he don't want to get back into that line of work.
I would imagine he certainly don't.
With all this stuff
it's about to go down.
It is.
It's about to go down, bruh. It's definitely about to go down.
It's tough. But Jungle, just to kind of...
I tell you this. He makes a good point.
He does. He does. And I hate that Chuck Person has to go through that.
But everybody going...
Right. And which is why I said, I think that just... The FBI, to me, is just in the wrong place when it comes to this stuff, because this stuff happens all the time. It's just that now people are ratting out other people now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just think, period. Here's two things that the NCAA at this point should do in order to avoid all this stuff. And you notice the tournaments coming up, all these, Big Ten, ACC, all these conference tournaments are coming up. And if you think the networks and some of these other people that's got, money bags involved with this, that they're going to talk about all this while these tournament games are going on, they're nervous right now. They're really, really nervous right now. So what I would say as far as the NCAA, change some of the rules. Try to see if you can, not try. Pay these kids, even if it's, I don't know, $30,000, $40,000 a year. Even if it's that. Pay these student athletes, man.
I want to see LeVar Ball get his league off the ground. That's what I want to see.
I want to see that too.
I don't give a damn about the NCAA.
But
the NCAA, I
mentioned this.
Okay, go ahead.
I mentioned this maybe a month or two ago, but the NCAA is going to counteract what LeVar Ball is going to do.
And they should.
And really, they have no choice.
Right. And they should.
Yeah.
But I would think, and I don't know how kids feel about LeVar Ball, but I know he the hype.
He's the hype right now.
I know he the hype. So if he get the league going off the ground, I would venture to say that he would get people that he would get high school players that's like, I want to try out for them because they the hype.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you talking about, what was it, like 3,000 for
I don't remember what the pay scale was.
I think it was like 3,000 for mid-level and 10 for the highly scouted players.
As long as it's some compensation for these students, $2,000 means a lot, to some of these kids coming from where they come from, impoverished situations.
Anybody coming out of high school who wasn't rich, would be alright making $36,000 a year.
Oh, definitely.
Anybody.
Absolutely.
So let's make it happen. I think let's make it happen, man. I think LeVar Ball. Let's get it popping. Let's get the league, wherever we need to put our money.
Yep.
Let's get it popping.
Yep. Clutch Talk Sports, aka Kevin Gray, he makes a good point. He says the NBA can remove the 1 year out of high school rule and let high school kids go into the draft.
I don't think they could. I don't think they're gonna do it though.
Yeah, and it's funny because you don't see a lot. I mean, I think of LeBron, I think of KG, J.R. Smith, a few names thrown out there, Kobe, that have never experienced the college campus, the college atmosphere, playing ball and all that. I'm just surprised that as we're moving into the more modern day version of sports and college athletics in the NBA, that you don't see a lot of high school kids just going right to the draft.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why that hasn't been seen a lot more. Is it because there's not enough hype on some of these high school students? Because I'm sure in like every town, every city, there's always one guy. There's that one special talent that kind of similar to LeBron. Like when guys was covering LeBron when he was in high school. There's got to be that one guy in every town that's like, oh, that's the next LeBron, that's the next Jordan, etc., something like that. We haven't seen that a lot lately. So, maybe this is something, and Kevin makes a good point, maybe this is something that they're gonna have to implement at some point to
LeVar Ball
avoid
League, y'all. I'm riding with the LeVar Ball League.
to avoid situations like this where the FBI can just be like, you know what, let's make somebody's day.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's tough, man. It sucks, man. Big L says NCAA basketball is making damn near $1 billion, and talking can't play players. Have you ever heard college sports saying we can't pay coaches millions of dollars? And that's a fact too, man.
Yeah.
I mean, these schools, man, it's just raking in the dough. It's crazy that all. I mean, can you imagine what the profits are if you're not paying these students?
Yeah.
It's unreal.
I can.
I mean, it's just so unreal. I mean,
yeah, and again, if you're not going to, I understand business, but they would still profit if they paid these students some type of a wage. It's a way. It's too much money to not be able to sort it out.
Right.
I don't think they're going to sort it out because I mean, here's the thing: kids are going to go to college because they got to go to college to go to the NBA. There's no other outlet unless you go to Lithuania. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yes,
and
sir.
ain't nobody got the resource. Everybody don't have the resources to do that. Everybody ain't trying to do that. Some people do enjoy the idea of college. I mean, obviously there's the education portion of it,
Yep.
and and those types of things. But they should have options. They should have options.
I agree.
That's just what it is. They should have options. If they want to play in college and not get paid, cool. If you want to go play somewhere else, cool. You should have the option to get paid off your name. We should have options, man. But if you asking me, because I don't think the NCAA is going to change no time soon.
Right.
LeVar Ball League.
Unless LeVar Ball's thing gets popping.
Yeah, right.
Which we all want. We all want that
But
to
let's
happen
be clear.
for him.
Everybody ain't going to Everybody ain't gonna make LeVar Ball's league, so
Sure.
the rest of those people gotta go to college.
Sure.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
LeVar Ball's league is still sort of that niche program in a sense.
Well, it's not even off the ground yet. So I
Right.
mean, he might have just been blowing smoke. So I mean,
Yeah, that's true. Just a few more comments in here. Jungle Brother says either pay the college athletes or allow them to get a job.
Yep.
That's a fact. Big L says players need to at least get endorsement money in college to get money, and that's facts. Clutch Talk Sports says in baseball, and this is a good example.
Yeah.
You can turn pro at 16. Tennis as a teenager, etc. Either pay the kids, allow them to work, or enter the league out of high school and let them take their chances.
Yeah.
And I see Enough with the BS podcast up in the
What's
chat.
up, man?
He makes a good point too. He says the NBA needs a farm system like Major League Baseball that'll give them opportunity to make a little bit money and learn how to develop. Ain't that what the D League, G League,
Yeah.
whatever that is
Yeah.
about?
That's what it's about.
Why can't players go into the D League from high school?
Or the G League.
Or yeah.
Yeah. If they'll have you, why not?
Right. And obviously that's an NBA issue more than it is NCAA, but still
But like you said, they have a right to get paid now if they want to get paid now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They just have that. They have that right.
Yeah, no question about that.